Hi team, it's Cam here and it is time for the live Q&A. So welcome if you're here, feel free to say hi, and if you're watching this on YouTube, well, you can subscribe right here, you can click on the bell icon and you can make sure that you get these videos first time. So if you're new to this, my name's Cam Dovedi, I'm the founder of Premier Property, and all I do is invest and develop. And over my 29 years so far, I'm just going to share with you, some of the tips that we're using right now and you can use. Now, questions are being asked and I'm going to answer them right now. First question coming in from Sabina. So Sabina's in our Premier Property community, and the question being asked is, for en-suites in HMOs, what do you do with the en-suites? What kind of materials do you use? So what we like to do with our en-suite HMOs, in fact, I'm just coming back from one of my gold mine areas where we've got the 3 projects on the go right now, which are all actually en-suites. So discussing en-suites, what the myth is that actually you can use these click plastic waterboards, which are going to be more cost effective than the traditional tiling and grouting. Now the truth is they're actually on a par. They work out a similar price point, so it really is a personal choice. You can do either or. Now you can put the plastic boards on, which means that they're less labor intensive, but you'll find that you pay more money for the good quality boards that you need. Otherwise you're going to get damp, you're going to get leakages, and your ensuite your tenants are going to move out, which is what you don't want, of course, right? So in my experience, it's about using the good quality water boards and reasonable quality, good quality ones, which you will find are more expensive than tiling, less labor, or vice versa. You can use normal tiling with grout and so on, and a good tiler will do that for you. A little bit more on the labor, however the tiles are much more cost effective, so they work out on a par. And in fact, you can find a little bit more of an edge on the traditional method by finding job lots of really nice tiling. So at Premier Property, what we do is we'll buy off, for tiling for smaller projects where we've got 5-bedroom en-suites, that type of thing. When we're dealing with commercial units where there's massive amounts of tiling on the floor and so on, it's a different scenario. But we're talking about, I'm answering the question that you're asking me about en-suites. So with your en-suites, there isn't a large amount of tiling, and you can often buy just the job lots, the end lots of tiling, which you can really pick up at a very cost-effective price. So to give you an example, at Premier Property, what we do is we'll pick up tiling which typically is around the 35 to 40 pound square meter mark, and we'll get it for around 5 to 6 pounds per square meter. Really good, really cost-effective. There's a massive margin in tiling in terms of what the retailers get, what the wholesalers achieve. So you can really get that discounted for the final job lots, if I'm making sense here for you. So we prefer the traditional method. That's what I like. So hope that answers your question, Sabina, on that. In terms of the flooring, just to add to that, we normally go for vinyl rather than tiling. Tiling, the problem is if you've got a challenge on the floor, you need to rip them up. You can rip up the whole amount of tiles. With vinyl, very easily to take away, replace, very cost effective, done so easily. So we always prefer vinyl. A good quality vinyl will do this for you. And in a 3 by 2 square meter ensuite, you're looking at around circa 40 pounds, something like this, for tiling, for vinyl, in fact, on the floor. So it's really cost effective. If you're watching this on YouTube, by all means, if you've got any comments, any questions that you have, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to help you to answer these so that you can move forward in your property journey. So question from Renee is, I'm just reading it as we go along here. So does anyone know anything about probate properties where you buy in a company? Do you reduce or avoid stamp duty? She's saying various people are saying different things. Has she misunderstood, or what to do? Okay, Renee, so with this one, very simple, very easy answer. whether it's probate. So probate is a method of buying, right? So just to clarify, so probate, where typically someone has passed away, they own the property. That probate means that either it's sold on at an auction, it's sold on an estate agency, the family is selling it. So that's a probate property in investors' terms. Now, what you'll find with that is, in terms of stamp duty, whether it's a probate property or you are buying property in a normal acquisition from a normal standard purchase at a vendor, it doesn't really affect the stamp duty. In fact, it doesn't affect the stamp duty at all. So it's really irrelevant of whether you're buying it through probate, auctions, estate agents, direct to vendor, whichever way you're buying the property, the stamp duty rules will remain the same. It doesn't matter if you're buying in personal names or whether you are buying in company names. You will find that the stamp duty scenario is the same, according to all of this. So, hope that answers your question, so you can move forward. Okay, so we're going to go into the next question. This is the third and final question for today. And if you're enjoying these, by the way, if you're enjoying these sort of off-the-cuff answers, and you're really picking up really good golden nuggets and you're learning from this, then you can subscribe if you haven't already, if you're watching this on YouTube. And also remember to click on that bell icon so that you can get the notifications and you get these videos first. I'm doing this on a weekly basis, and feel free to get your questions answered. So another one of our Premier Property members, our Premier Property community members, Catherine. So Catherine is asking, I'm just going to read it out as she's written it. Hi team, I've got a question regarding estate agents. I kept getting viewing suggestions for properties above prices that I think I want to buy. I feel a bit bad if I turn up viewing and knowing that I will not offer, or offer quite low, in compared to the asking prices. Any tips? She's asking, and she's saying, Catherine's saying, I want to maintain relationships with estate agents, but she feels uncomfortable with offering the low prices. Catherine, that is such a great question, because being completely honest with you, that's something that goes through many investors' brains who are doing this professionally. I used to have that challenge as well, and here's how I overcame this. So keep in mind that at the end of the day, it's your business, it's your property projects, it's your it's your legacy. It's all about you. And what you're doing is, and I can say this because I know you're in our Premier Property community, you're doing this in a very professional way and a professional method. So you're not buying retail, you are buying wholesale. That's the price points that you're looking for, and that's the price points that you're agreeing. Now, when I used to get this feeling of, are we offering too low and so on, I have a little bit of a reality check. And the reality check is, look at the economy. I mean, right now, what is going on in the economy? We all know at this point in time, in July 2020, we're heading towards a recession. We know that furlough is coming to an end. We know that that's going to be reduced to 70%, followed by that being reduced to 60%. And employers are still going to be having to top that furlough up to 80% for employees. And they've got to do it. If they don't do it, what's going to happen? My view is that those employers are going to be, unfortunately, they're not going to have a job anymore. They're going to be made redundant. What's going to happen to the economy? Are people going to be able to pay for their mortgages going forward for the second half of 2020 and 2021? Very challenging times out there. So why am I saying all of this? Well, my point is, do you want to be buying property at retail right now just because someone out there who, let's be honest, out there, they don't really know how to invest in property correctly, like we do, like all of us do listening to this? They'll just go into an estate agent and buy a property. There's no strategy there. That is gambling. And people are gambling with the highest priced asset in their lifetimes. And you need to remind yourself of this. I'm consciously reminding myself of this. Yeah? So the point is, do you want to be paying retail, or do you want to be making sure that you're future-proofing the recession, you're hedging the market, so that you know that you still have value when the recession has happened? So when other people are in negative equity, you are still in the game, you're still building, you're safe and secure, and you've got your numbers right. Hope I'm making sense here. So thinking about all of this, I wouldn't be too concerned about what those people say out there. There's always going to be some smart aleck who's saying something, you know, why are you offering so low? Mr. Estate Agent, we're not offering low. This is what we're doing. And here are some, here's 3 key ways that you can make the offer to an estate agent where, you're not feeling like you're giving them too much of a discount. So let me share these 3 with you right now. So the first one I want to share with you is an offer, but actually it's not an offer. So I'll explain this right now. So you viewed the property. If you imagine the scenario, you viewed the property. Hi Cecilia, good to see you here. Cecilia's in our Premier Property community as well, all team here. So you viewed the property, you're now giving the estate agent feedback, you're making the offer, but you're not really making the offer. So this is how we do this at Premier Property. So you'd say something like this: Madam Estate Agent, Mr. Estate Agent, thank you for showing me the property yesterday. Now I'm thinking about making an offer, but I don't know if I should. Big pause. You get the estate agent to respond back to you. Making the offer, I'd like to make an offer, but I don't know if I should. Estate agent comes back and typically says, well, what's the offer? And you, at this point, feel free to write this down, of course. You say, if, and the if is the big point here. If I was to make the offer, it would be whatever the figure is: 135,000, 440,000, 780,000, wherever you are in the world, in the country, you'd make the offer and you give your figure. Now, you have 3 outcomes of this. One thing the estate agent might turn around and say is, no chance, the vendor's not going to accept that. Or they might say, well, let me just find out, let me see what the vendor says. I'll put it forward to them. Or they might say, I think the vendor's going to accept that. Now, if they come up with the second and the third outcome, brilliant. If they come up with the first one where they say, oh, the vendor's not going to accept that, that's just not too low an offer, you say at this point, that's exactly why, Mr. Estate Agent, I didn't want to make the offer. And you follow it up very quickly by, have you got any other properties to view? Feel free to listen back to this. It's recorded. Like what I say, it's on YouTube as well. So test this out. Try it. And you might find, or you may find, or you will find that, to your pleasant surprise, it really works. So there's a great way of you keeping the relationship with the estate agent. Because that's what it's about, right? Keeping the relationship. So that's one way you can do this. Now, of course, you can't use that every single time. So my suggestion for you is that you do this once every couple of months, once every 3 months, so that it's kind of varied. And the estate agent, they'll probably forget, you will remember, and you can do it in this way. One way. Second way I want to share with you very quickly is that you make an offer where you get the estate agent to work the numbers out. So, Madam Estate Agent, yeah, I love that property, I really want to make an offer, and I'm really interested in it. Now, I've just worked the numbers out, and we all don't understand that it needs a refurbishment. I wonder if you could just work the numbers out with me. So, how much is stamp duty going to be? You get the estate agent to help you to work it out. How much is the stamp duty going to be? How much do you think the refurbishment is going to be? Now, keeping in mind that the estate agents aren't typically property investors like you, they're not starting out or experienced like you. Well, what happens? They'll give you figures which usually are too high anyway. So you factor in the refurbishment figure that they've given you. So you factor in all the costs, basically. How long do you think that'll take, Mr. Estate Agent? Oh, okay, that'll take 4 months, will it? 5 months, you think, Mr. Estate Agent? Okay, well, in that case, would you agree that I've got to factor in 5 monthly payments of mortgages, finance, so on? So you add all of that in, and you get the estate agent to help you to actually work out how much it's going to cost. And then you deduct it from the asking price, and you also deduct your profit margin, because you're a property investor, aren't you? You've let the estate agents know already that you are in property. So you ask them, we ask them fairly, Madam Estate Agent, Mr. Estate Agent, do you think we should make some money from this, as we're investors and this is what I do for a living? This is what I do, as a part-time career. This is what I do as a full-time career. This is what I'm doing for my family. This is what I'm doing to build a legacy. This is what I'm doing to future-proof the next recession. This is what I'm doing to make sure that we're safe and secure when the recession happens again. This is what I'm doing to take personal responsibility for my pension. Say it your way, in the way that you want to say it. I do get a bit passionate for that, around that, but forgive me for that one, just stay with me. So you let them know, you let them work it out, and you deduct your profit margin in there, whatever the estate agent says is fair, and there you find you have your purchase price. In fact, we've got Donald here. Hey Donald, watching this right now, who is a very good estate agent, in fact. Good to see you here, Donald. So that's the second way you can do this. And the third and final way I want to share with you is an excellent way that you can also do this. And this is a way that you can bring in other estate agents. So, of course, keep it honest, keep it honest, keep it honest. So, I'm going to mention a real name of an estate agent. So, I was with Peter earlier on. So you're speaking to an estate agent and you're saying, oh, I was with Peter earlier on, and you know what, we've almost got a sale agreed at a similar type of property. And we've got the sale agreed at £135,000, or whatever the number is for you. Or we've got a sale agreed at £435,000. We've almost got the sale agreed at £435,000. So you're mentioning the figure, but you're mentioning the figure through third party. So it's another nice, easy in for the estate agent to understand the number. And if they turn around and say to you, oh, no, that number wouldn't be accepted, I'll say, oh, okay, well, I was just mentioning what Peter's almost done for us. Just mentioning. Third way of doing this. But remember, the outcome also can be is, I'll speak to the vendor, or, oh, I think the vendor will accept this. So enjoy. Hope you're enjoying these videos. Subscribe, like. Love to hear your comments. It's Dovedi at Premier Property, and I will see you here live this time next week.